Good morning. I am still in Florence and I wanted to share with you a really fun cooking experience that you can do in the hills of Tuscany right from the city of Florence as a day trip. And this one really caught my eye because it's listed as come pick your own vegetables and learn how to cook in a villa that dates back to 1600s. So they had me at villa and vegetable gardening. Headed to our meeting spot. This is one of the great things I love about this app. It tells you exactly where to meet, and it's a 30-minute walk. So I thought I would save my energy and maybe walk on the way back to work off all the pasta that we'll probably be making. Florence is such a walkable city. You really don't need a car if you come to visit, but if you wanted to get out to the villa, they do offer a transfer option for 50 euros, which seemed like the ideal thing to do. Okay, so the taxi dropped me off here. I'm at my meeting spot, waiting for the car to come pick me up to take me out to the villa. There was a beautiful piece of old architecture in the distance that I sat and looked at while I was waiting for the car to come get me. And I just kept thinking, I wonder if the people who built that would have any idea of the modernity that is now in front of it. From the cars to the bikes and the mopeds, I think they would have had no idea that this was coming. And then the owner of the cooking school came to get us.
Hi.
Can you pronounce your name for me again?
Lucrezia.
Lucrezia.
Yes, but Lulu, it's fine.
Lulu.
I know it's shorter and easier.
Lulu, I love it. And then off we went, going through small little villages and roads until we found ourselves out on the auto route, headed towards the Tuscan countryside. It was really interesting to see just how close it was. You really felt far from the city, but it really wasn't that far away, about 25 minutes. And sure enough, there it was, this beautiful old farmhouse dating back to the 1600s. They came and opened the gates for us and told us we could just look around the grounds while we waited for some of the other guests to arrive. A few of us wanted to go check out the view, so we went over to this beautiful little terrace and looked below, and there you could see the entire valley with these gorgeous vineyards. We were in the Chianti Classico region of Italy, and this was the wine that Lulu was growing and said that we could taste it at lunch. Wow, look at this view. It's only 25 minutes from Florence. Beautiful. Then they took us behind the farmhouse to check out the vineyard. This was a really good time to be there because it was right before the harvest. These are the Sangiovese grapes, and these are what will be used to produce the Chianti wine. Okay, she said we could taste the Sangiovese grape. She said it was very sweet, so we'll see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's incredible. So delicious. Oh, so sweet. I couldn't believe how sweet it was. It practically tasted like a table grape. They served us some delicious Italian coffee while we chatted with some of the other participants, which was fun. We were a small group of only about 6. It also was a great time to appreciate this beautiful farmhouse. So Lulu was telling us that the top was where the family lived and below is where the animals were kept. And she completely renovated the bottom for her cooking school. Since it was the end of summer, the vegetable garden was in transition. So all of the summer vegetables had sort of taken their toll, and now they were getting ready for fall. But there were a lot of fresh herbs that we could pick. Then we went inside. It was time to put on our aprons and get to work. I just was amazed at how beautiful this kitchen was. This used to be the stables of the house, and she turned it into this fabulous kitchen. And I couldn't stop looking around and just admiring the decor. We washed our hands and then took a position at the table. We were going to be making 2 different types of pasta, and I always find it's really interesting. Oh, look how gorgeous those eggs are. Can we just pause for a minute and look at that in the hay? It's so sweet. I always find it interesting in Italy to take pasta making classes because every chef that teaches you has their way of doing it, and I always learn a few more tricks. For example, this chef was using half all-purpose flour mixed with half of semolina flour, which is a high-protein, high-gluten flour made of durum wheat. She explained that this would help the pasta keep its shape and texture after cooking. So we whisked in our egg, and off we went. And then once it came together, we started to knead our dough. So pasta dough takes anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to rest, so it was a good thing we got this done first. And meanwhile, the chef assigned us different tasks to help pull the meal together. She trusted me with the panna cotta, so I'm on stirring duty. The classmates were cleaning the grapes. These were the Sangiovese grapes, and we were going to be using them to put on top of the panna cotta. Then it was time to make our second pasta dough, and this one was going to be made just with the semolina flour and a little bit of water. It's the easiest thing. You put the semolina flour in a bowl and then you add water until the dough comes together. You knead that dough in the bowl and then you're ready to turn it into these big long logs. My logs weren't looking so good. This took a little bit of practice to get them all the same kind of length and thickness. My neighbor was doing a much better job, but truth be told, she is married to an Italian, so I think she's had a lot of practice. And then we cut them into little pieces like this, and then the instructor was going to show us how to roll it on this little gnocchi contraption. This was going to be turned into cavatelli pasta with a delicious Tuscan sausage sauce, which was already on the stovetop simmering. Okay, so back to the pasta. So you can see this little paddle that she had, and she was taking the pasta and rolling it with her thumb to create almost what looked like a little hot dog bun. Then it was my turn. So I took the little dough and I was trying to press it and roll it against this thing, but nothing was happening. I was really struggling with this until I realized I was rolling it the wrong way. It was actually rolling from left to right with the thumb, that this was the way it worked. And once I started to do that, I had much better success. Look at that.
Right, here's Susie, head of the class.
Oh no, don't go there.
Susie, this looks so good. All right, go ahead. You've made us all proud, but you're married to an Italian, so that helps.
Well, there you go. I've got an advantage, a big one.
I'm gonna need some tutoring from you.
And I had Nonna by my side for...
Meanwhile, the bruschettas looked delicious and were ready to go. There was a tomato basil topping, a caramelized onion topping, and some bread topped with the olive oil that Lulu actually produces there at her school. Then it was time to turn our earlier pasta dough into fettuccine. This is always so much fun, and it's almost like magic. First, you just work the pasta dough through the machine just to get it nice and flat and thin, so that takes a few turns. And once it's thin enough, then you can put it in the cutting attachment, and you just put that pasta sheet in, turn the crank, and out comes this beautiful fettuccine.
Gorgeous, look at that.
And the next step was to just hang it here to dry. I've seen this done a few ways. I've seen it done drying like this, and when you have many hands, it goes quickly, or just folding it and putting it into a nest. This instructor liked the drying because she said that it helped it preserve the texture when you cook it. Then it was time to cook the cavatelli. It went in just a few at a time because you don't want them all to clump. So in it went, and this was only going to take a few minutes. Done all the cooking, and now we are going to go relax with a glass of Prosecco.
Right.
This is one of the things that I think makes for a great cooking class experience, that you get your hands dirty and you get to play and have some fun, but that there's also time to relax and enjoy the meal. And I think they did a really good job of balancing that out.
So when you speak in Italian, do you have it?
I also think cooking classes when you travel are a great thing to do by yourself. So my daughter was already in school by this time, so I was there by myself, and it was super fun. You meet all kinds of people from all over the world. You're drinking wine, eating good food. They're telling you about their travels, and you're exchanging stories, and it's just a really fun afternoon. So the cavatelli was the first pasta we tried. It was really delicious with that Tuscan sausage, and it had a kind of pumpkin cream cheese Parmesan sauce, and it was really fantastic. That would have been enough. I was completely full after that, but then we had to try our fettuccine, which was also delicious, a smaller portion, which I really appreciated, with a lovely tomato sauce and Parmesan, which was great. And then for dessert, we had the panna cotta with the grapes. Well, that was totally delicious. I highly recommend this cooking class. If you were in Florence for a few days and you want to get out of town and do something in the country, come out here, have a fabulous lunch, meet some fun people, and learn how to cook some fantastic pasta. See you back in France. Then on the way out, I was offered a little sneak peek of something that I thought you guys might enjoy seeing. Lulu has an apartment that you can rent and stay up above the cooking school. So if you're adventuresome and you want to rent a car and explore other parts of Tuscany, this could be a good bet. So Susie, my cooking class neighbor, and her husband are renting this apartment for the last 3 days, and she invited me to come on up and check it out. Look at that view. This used to be the original farmhouse for this property. The family lived upstairs, and very little has been done to it since, which is why it's so charming. Wow, this is so awesome. Okay, Susie, is it okay to enter? All right, you're gonna give us a tour?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So Susie and her lovely husband are from Australia, and they are staying here in this fabulous...
Hi there.
Hello. And tell us, what has it been like staying in this apartment? This is amazing.
It's been amazing. It's rustic. Everything, so much is original. The floors, I think, are original.
Yeah, that'd be
And the doors.
Look at the doors. Wow. That is
Yeah.
amazing. And the fireplace? Did you light a fire?
I think that chair in the corner is original.
So Lulu is saying that the family, I guess, of this farmhouse used to live up here, and downstairs were the stables.
Yeah.
So this is really the original
This is the
living.
original residence. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so charming.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love this whole kitchen living area situation.
The sink. The sink is just a slab of concrete.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it is. That is fabulous.
That would be original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gas stove isn't.
Oh my gosh, don't drop a wine glass. I can see you've been very careful. This is amazing.
Yeah. And then you come in here to
Get the
bathroom.
The ceiling, look at this ceiling, it's amazing. Yes, okay, now we're going into the bathroom.
with the chandelier.
This is huge. Oh my God. I had to laugh because this bathroom was bigger than the size of my hotel room back in Florence.
And bedroom.
And the bedroom, wow. This is like having your own private house.
Oh, it is. It's a house.
Yeah, it's a house. This is definitely...
Check out the linen. Look at the linen. It's
Oh,
all
and yes, and the
linen.
antique linen.
Antique linen.
Isn't that fabulous?
It's just beautiful.
And you've been here 3 days?
Three nights altogether.
Cooking and just relaxing and
Yeah.
checking
Just
out the area. Yeah.
Enjoying Tuscany.
Well, thanks for sharing it with us.
You're welcome.
This is awesome. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed the sweet little tour that Susie gave me. This place is really charming and wonderful. So if you have Italy on your bucket list, I highly recommend coming here for a night or two and taking the cooking class. See you next time.